All right, fine. Hey, we're hi everybody.
Hey!
I was just ordered to take us live, so I did it.
Oh, wait.
Um
I'm sorry. Am I being
yeah,
disrespectful?
that's no, that's the other show apparently. I haven't heard any opinions
it's
on
it,
whether or not this
it's
show
bleeding over.
I don't know if you're being too hard on me on this show. I know it's apparently an issue on Readaway, but anyway, how are you?
Um, I feel lighter.
Something different today, isn't there?
Boy, oh boy, are we going to have stuff to talk about after we watch Firefly? Because
Yes.
otherwise, people who watch later are like, isn't this supposed to be some kind of like Firefly watching live stream?
Right.
Why are they
Well,
going? What the heck?
we'll watch the show
They're
first
they're
and talk
so
about the show.
confused.
Watch the show first and talk about the show, and then we can talk politics. I already kind of set you up a little bit, Dana, in the chat. I said you
You
probably are going.
set me up.
I set you up. I said that you have thoughts on Gaga's outfit.
Yes.
So
Oh, okay,
so
but I'm not
so
saying them now.
no, stay tuned.
Waiting. I'm going to be patient.
Stay
You know
tuned
how hard
until
it is
after.
for me to be patient.
I know. I Yes, I do. I am well acquainted with this phenomenon.
I don't like being patient.
I know, but sometimes it's necessary.
Well, I wish it wasn't.
Well, so you know what? Sometimes so do I.
All right,
um,
so I'm queued up.
you ready? Okay,
Yes, I'm so
everybody.
ready. This is a good episode. This is not my favorite episode.
Okay.
It's a very good one.
Is it? Someone was asking earlier if it's a fun episode. Is it a fun episode?
It's like most of the episodes in that there are fun parts in it, and they
Okay.
do a good job of mixing the fun and the serious and the dramatic and the exciting, and the tone is good.
Cool.
Joe, yes, I love it when people remind me of things because my superpower is that I forget them. I forget all kinds of things.
You're the forgetter.
I am.
Okay,
This
so
should be
for
like a dun 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 or something.
so for everybody watching along with us, first of all, this
Hello.
is we're hello. We are watching episode 5 of Firefly, Safe.
And
So-
I'm cross platforming, sort of, because I'm wearing my Star Wars.
Oh,
shirt.
you have yes, that's right. You're wearing your Star
But
Wars shirt.
I figured it was better to wear it today than like next week. Next week, people might get mad.
Then it's a direct competition, yeah.
Yeah, and then also I have a pin from Disney World.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'm like all over the place.
you're all over the place. So okay, so for folks watching along, if you've never done this with us before, the deal is that you watch the episode on your end, on your own, and we all sync up and watch it together at the same time. So when I say 3, 2, 1, play, we all push play. And we'll pause during commercial breaks, and I'll say 3, 2, 1, pause, and then we'll go from there. So as I said,
Michael, that is Mr. Dana Cole in the background. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
As I said earlier in the live chat, and as some random geek just helpfully pointed out, I see.
Thank you so much, some random geek.
For those of us who are watching it on Hulu or some other platform where it includes the
Intro.
the intro by
Who is it this
by
week?
Mal. It's Mal doing it. So for those of you who are watching that version, skip ahead to 0:50. So basically 50 seconds in, or 43 minutes, 43 seconds remaining. That is the point that we're going to start. So that way,
Joe,
yeah,
I would love to talk about that at the end, about how it fits into the continuum. That Star Wars is closer to Firefly than Star Trek, and how that all sort of fits in, where we would put things on like the, I don't know, whatever this is.
The continuum.
Venn diagram. Continuum, it could be Venn diagrams. It could be like a graph of some sort. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's start the show.
Shall we get started?
Are you going to count us in?
I'm going to count us in.
Woohoo!
Okay, everybody get ready, and I'm going to give us a count in from 3, and then we will start watching episode 5 of Firefly. Everybody get ready, and 3, 2, 1, play. And Dana, do you have a previously?
I do not have a previously.
You don't have it. Okay, well then you better pause it because
What?
there's also a previously. Sorry, everybody. I didn't know there was a previously.
Wait,
So
wait. Now I'm.
wait,
I didn't get the word previously, but I am in flashback. Like it is a flashback.
are they? Is it like a recap of?
No, not of previous. This is stuff that's new to the show.
Okay,
So
well then, yeah, then just go back to the beginning and pause it, and
Oh my
I'm sorry,
goodness.
I should have looked ahead.
I'm trying to. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so everybody, we're gonna have to pause again in a second. Just get ready, and then we'll sync so we can so we can all be synced. Hey, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. It's all my fault because I'm watching a non-pirated copy. Okay. 3, 2, 1, pause.
We purchased it.
Everybody pause.
Yes, Corey. This is a learning opportunity.
Absolutely. So I am now paused. For those of us watching on Hulu or some other place, I am paused at 1 minute 48 seconds in, or 42 minutes 45 seconds to go.
Okay. So we had the recap, and then we also had previously on.
Yes, there was Mal's intro, and then there was a previously on to sort of get us up to speed on the river story. So you didn't get any of that. Okay, so now we're all so now
it just
now
starts
we're
at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, what a concept, right?
Yes, they're also tricky. Exactly, with the green fence.
Yes,
the green magic light fence. Except it's not magic.
Yeah, and I'm on the black right before that. I'm on the black right before that. So okay, so we're all set to go. Everybody,
I'm in the darkness.
Yes, and I see a darkness.
I was thinking, can I shoot the darkness? You wouldn't get that though.
No, okay. Or we could do a song by the darkness.
No, we're gonna start the show.
Get your hands off of my wall, man.
It is 6:17.
Okay. Here we go. Everybody, get ready. We're all at the right place now. We're
are we sure?
Some random geek has a time code in the chat that is right. And yeah, Continuum Trek. We're not going to play and pause this frequently. We are going to pause during commercial breaks, but we're not going to pause.
Olsen, I love you. Yes, of course you attack the darkness.
Okay, everybody, get ready. We're going to play again, and we're all going to be synced up again. Here we go.
All right.
Okay.
I'm trusting you again.
Swear to God, this time I'm serious. Okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
Swoosh. Yes, green light fence and a fireplace. It's very...
Oh, the Tam estate. They couldn't just call it Tam Manor?
No, the manor's the house on the estate, obviously.
Well. So it's the Wayne estate, and then Wayne Manor is on the estate.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
I don't know if it's a Wayne estate, though, because, well, I mean, usually, like, you see the, but very important.
Oh, Joe McClory, Tammany Hall. That's good. I like that. Aren't you supposed to be kissing my ass?
Isn't she just so adorable?
You're precocious, aren't you? Let me explain something to you.
Whoops. Yeah, exactly. Opinions no one cares about.
Yeah. I thought he looked familiar. Dad. Deal.
I am such a nerd. I've always been a nerd. Apparently it's not.
No.
It's not okay. You can't.
Yeah, no, not a rutting test. No, that would be weird. You're my sister.
That is hilarious because the grammar quiz, we had a no red ink test today.
Oh, really?
No red ink. It's not no rutting test.
No, no red ink
literally
test.
What I heard her say.
No red ink test.
I was like, she's got a problem with grammar. Oh, I saw that.
Artisanal paranoid schizophrenia. Buckaroo.
No.
Man don't come on the lot lest he wants to buy.
See, now I have an intro.
Yes.
And they singing.
They singing a song.
Yeehaw.
He's a space cowboy song.
Oh boy.
And I have the closed captioning on, so I can see the lyrics that Joss Whedon wrote on the back of a napkin while he sat on the toilet, presumably.
He has napkins in the bathroom?
Well, he ran out of toilet paper, so he has a stack of napkins until he can make a grocery run, you know. And you know what else? You know what else? They're old McDonald's napkins.
What?
They're old McDonald's napkins. Yeah.
You keep your old McDonald's napkins in the console in your car. Everybody knows that.
Not Joss Whedon. That's why he's such a prick.
I knew there wasn't something quite natural about that feller.
That was that was the first warning sign.
I like smacking the cows. Yeehaw.
Been in space too long.
Puppies.
Black
Puppy
market
snuggling,
beagles.
I wanted that episode. That's okay. Jane didn't understand.
You're hurting my sister?
Things don't go smooth. Things don't go smooth.
Wouldn't be a very interesting show if things went smooth.
Michael Olsen. No, we have not. We know what it is. It is another movie. We have specified
yes,
that.
We have decided that the next one will be a movie, yes.
Welcome back, Random Geek.
Ooh. I'm the boss.
Is that foreshadowing?
A pervert. It looks more like a duck to me, if I'm honest.
Oh, you don't believe Kaylee?
Joe and anybody else who had an ad, right now we're at just about 10 minutes. 10 minutes in.
A present for Simon.
Sure.
Oh boy.
How many vests does he have?
It's a post holder for posts. See?
Yeah. Aww.
Whoops.
Bunch of junk. Who would like this? Not me. No, sir.
No touchy.
Boy, they're really going nuts with the Chinese in this episode. And now you're dead to me. She's got you there, Simon. Nice
Her
going,
baby.
Simon. Yeah, somebody, you said the wrong thing, bruh.
And you weren't paying attention, and now River is gone.
From now on, it's bulls only.
Paddle opinions no one cares about. Just paddle. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swing, swing. You look so out of place, Simon.
He should have worn his tattered vest. His carefully distressed vest.
He's like the opposite. He's not rough, though. He's like clunky.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could take it in ears.
You seem like clean and virtuous boys.
Simon, dumbass. Oh boy. Oh.
Oh, it's a run fair.
Iffy. The folk are doing folksy things.
The folk. Oh, the folk. The folk and their folksy ways.
Indeed.
I'm memorizing the steps so I can replicate them perfectly.
What are you doing? Standing by?
Just an innocent, legitimate businessman conducting some totally above the board business.
That has absolutely nothing to do with this cattle.
Yeah.
Soviet Justice Warriors, there's 3 of them.
Ah, counterpoint.
Quite often, Corey, yes.
Uh-oh. Three, two, one, pause. So I'm paused at 1753, which is also 2640 remaining. And it is officially a Steve and Dana live stream because Dana is
I'm
eating on
eating.
the air. So
It's dinner time.
So while you eat your pizza, I will observe that this
That pizza's awesome.
that that holds, generally speaking, yes. This is one of the episodes that's going to be where they really underline the Western part of Space Western,
Well,
which I am completely okay with. Because,
yep.
Yeah.
So we got cows and we got a shootout between the outlaws and the lawmen, and then we had the folk dancing, which looked like there was a maple there with the ribbons hanging down.
That's what it looked like to me. Yeah.
And didn't get much there, and the River's kind of in the way there because she's all, feeling out with her mind tentacles.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm digging it so far. I think we talked about this during the when we were watching the pilot. Like one of the things I like about this show, one of my favorite things about the show is the aesthetic of it,
Hmm.
and I like that when they go Western, they just do it. They don't, you know what I mean? It's like there are
They
times when
don't
you
have acid.
well, and it's like there are times when you watch the show where like for what we just watched, like almost everything we just watched, you know, if you didn't know you were watching a sci-fi series, if you didn't know it was set in outer space on another planet,
Hmm.
you would assume you were just watching a Western. Uh, you know,
Mostly.
yeah, there are,
There are little clues here and there. Yeah.
there are little things, but I mean, for the most part, you know, they're just like, no, it's literally a Western. Like even the guns, like someone observed in the chat earlier, like the guns look like pistols. You know, they don't look like
Yeah.
ray guns. They don't look like
Or rifles,
or rifles. Yeah, right. They
as the
look
case
like
might be.
yeah, they don't look like space guns.
Freaking lasers.
I don't ask for much. But what I do want is to have
Exactly.
sharks with freaking laser beams strapped to their heads.
That's too much to ask. Well, apparently so. Apparently so.
You just don't get it, do you? You don't. I think that's my favorite moment from the first Austin Powers when he's like just so exasperated with Scott. When Scott's like, "Look, I'll get a gun, I'll blow his head off," and he's just like, "You just don't get it, do you?
I'm disappointed
You
in you,
don't."
son.
And just like that, we're talking about Austin Powers instead of Firefly. But
Oopsie.
yeah, I like the joke. I like the everybody loves a good cow pie joke. And I love that, you know, it's the like they come back from the credits and the first shot is somebody stepping in a cow patty. And then there's also that shot of Zoe,
Simon!
and there's also that shot of Zoe getting back on the ship and she's like sidestepping. Oh, it was hilarious. It was really funny.
Oh.
Duralta Trekkie,
In what?
I was not aware of that.
Nope. News to me.
Yeah, and voicing Dick Grayson in what? An animated thing. I'm assuming you said voicing, but I'm not familiar with what the show is or the movie or whatever.
And Charles, I absolutely agree. The integration, it's deliberate because it's an attempt at making it thematic as well as like window dressing, but it's mostly window dressing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I don't mind the use of Chinese, but it's. I mean, I assume it was just it's a cute way of getting around not being able to have them swear. You know.
But then there's also some aesthetic elements as well.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe to try and make it feel a little less pasted in, but obviously Charles doesn't quite work. Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels pasted in more often.
Like, oh, they're just slathering more Chinese stuff in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So. Oh, and then Kaylee.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and she, you know, don't talk bad about her ship. And like you'll be fine. She's easy to get along with until you start talking shit about her ship.
Well, and also, I mean, also, you know, her choices, her life, very much like I was complaining about the Mal's, you know, distinction between making denigrating Inara's choices and denigrating her. And like it's the same thing. We see exactly the same thing with Kaylee here, that he's not just denigrating the ship. He's denigrating her choice, her desires, that she sees it as a good thing to be on this ship and to have the opportunity to explore the system. You know, she sees that as a good thing, and he's like complaining about it, and she's like, so you're cute and not much else. So, yeah.
And Duralta Trekkie tells us that Sean Marr voices Dick in Son of Batman, Justice League versus Teen Titans, Batman Bad Blood, and Teen Titans The Judas Contract, all of which are available, I think, on HBO Max, none of which I have watched as of yet. But I was thinking about watching the Judas Contract one because like that, I mean, because Judas Contract is like a classic Teen Titans comic story, and I'd be interested to see what, how the movie does with it, but I haven't watched any of them yet. So that it's interesting.
Yet
Yeah.
you watched
The live action Titans to
two
the bitter end.
Seasons. And it's not you're if they make more, are you going to spare yourself?
I think unless I read reviews that say it's like completely turned around, I'm probably not going to watch another season because I mean,
oh God,
because I gave them 2 full seasons, and it's like I feel like that's all. That's way more than it warranted, you know what I mean? Although I will say, and you know this, Dana, because I've been talking to you about it a little bit, I have been watching Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is excellent. Doom Patrol is like the exact opposite of the Titan show. The Doom Patrol show is really, really good and really funny, and has like pathos and heartfelt stuff in it, and it's really well written and great cast. It's just fantastic. So yeah, if you're going to watch one of the live action DC shows on HBO Max, I would recommend just don't bother with Titans and watch Doom Patrol because it's way better. Yeah,
I know, some random geek. It's nuts.
I'm sorry. Nuts. Well, I'm sorry.
No, shut it. You're not. Okay.
Is Nightwing in high fantasy? I don't think so.
So you're watching Titans because it makes a mockery of your favorite character.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't make sense.
That doesn't help. It's making it worse.
That's worse. You can see that you see that, right? That's much worse.
How that's worse.
You can see how that's worse.
Okay, Cheaty.
I'll take that as a compliment.
He is. He's a wonderful character.
If somebody called me Cheaty, I'd be like, damn, really? Thank you. I'm not sure in what sense you mean, but however you mean it, I take it as a compliment.
You're really annoying and dull.
Cheaty's not dull.
I don't think he is.
He's supposed to be.
He is,
but he's not.
They just don't write dull very well. He's so neurotic, and it's adorable. You just want to give him a hug.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have any other thoughts about the first segment before we jump back into it?
No, mostly it was the Kaylee thing. And I loved Inara kind of like nudging her along. And then...
Oh, and I did want to say, because someone mentioned talking, the Kaylee sort of getting her back up about people talking, insulting the ship and saying that makes her like Scotty in Star Trek. I think Scotty is probably the most influential or the most commonly reused character trope to be inspired by Star Trek, because I think almost every engineer character that I have seen in something other than Star Trek, and even in spin-offs of Star Trek, they're all Scotties. Like all engineers turn out to be Scotties. They all have this deep love for the ship, and to the point where like they prefer doing stuff with the ship and doing maintenance on the ship and taking care of the ship more than having like relationships with other characters. I mean, there's like, almost every engineer character is a Scotty, whereas not every captain is a Kirk. You know what I mean? But almost every engineer is a Scotty that I've seen. So
it's much more common, I think, to have I would say, it's the Jackie Faber, Jack Sparrow, and I think Mal fits that archetype.
Mal is, yeah. And Mal has a little Kirk in him too. But I mean, I don't think Kirk never outright murdered somebody by shoving him into a jet engine, but maybe he would have if he knew he could get away with it. I mean, I'm sure there's people that Kirk would have shoved into an afterburner if he could have pulled it off.
Some folks just need to die. Circle of life. We're just circling a little faster in some cases.
Absolutely. And the engine is in the shape of a circle. So there you go. Okay. Shall we jump back into it? Okay. And just a reminder, anybody who needs a time code, we're jumping back in at 17 minutes, 53 seconds in. And that is also 26 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. So here we go. Counting us in from 3, 2, 1, play. Should probably put some pressure on
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yet.
Well, like I said, circle of life.
You live, you die, you win, you lose. Shit happens. Nice knowing you.
Of course I got the cash, dumbass.
Who are you talking to? Shep?
Gerald and Trekkie, that's awesome.
We're gonna play mahjong in the infirmary. Is that what I heard there? Well, I wouldn't say a lot worse. He's seizing. We have to intubate.
There.
If you want money, I can tell you I don't have any.
By Continuum Trek.
Oh, by Continuum Trek. She's the Unabomber. As you know, nothing like parents who do not give a shit about one of their children. Watch the vest. Why didn't you lead with that? He wouldn't just fly away without us. Oh.
Whoopsie.
Just let it play because it wasn't a very long segment.
Fair enough.
No pausing.
Jeez.
If you please. Well, one man. You could hold your blood in a little more.
Steve.
Yes, yes.
I realize you don't have any sisters, but it doesn't work that way.
Oh. I knew that.
Hey, dumbass. Just because you don't want to have that discussion doesn't mean it ain't gonna happen.
Right, because we haven't it. Greg, yes, I am.
Thank the Lord.
Oh boy, it's a script pad. That's great. Mm. That's hilarious.
Plan. We use that word very loosely around here. Pretty, please.
Hope you're happy.
Some random game. R.
Don't touch anything. Time to do some doctoring.
That means no, Corey. Time to do some docking. Yeehaw. No. Jane isn't a human flaming diaper.
Right. The guy who plays him could be
Let's
and
be
is
really
a total
clear
piece of
about
garbage.
that.
Yeah. Flying a ship. Ooh.
Yeah, that's
One
what
of
they said.
those?
Oh, really?
So you're determinist.
Not here. Weren't you listening?
Somewhere else.
That was the not a companion you picked up when you were back on Chanyu, Jane.
An uncomfortableness. That's what they're calling it.
Well, I don't know the name of all them different kinds of things.
Doctor called it a social disease.
I never been all that social.
Oh boy,
Obviously not.
peppercorns. Yeah. No.
I don't know stuff at Justice Warriors. This is one of the ones that I like. They're some of the earlier episodes I don't like as much. I like this one pretty well.
Aw. I'm just gonna keep shoveling these berries into your maw, okay?
All
Get
that
over
stuff.
it. Oh, convenient.
How lovely. Uh-oh.
She's very good at guessing specific backstories.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, come on, you dumb butt face.
Oh, they're Christians. That's what the problem is. 3, 2, 1, pause. So I'm paused at 35:39, which is also 8:54 remaining. So, yes.
I'm paused in the darkness.
The darkness. So, yeah, sure seems like old Simon and River are in a spot of trouble.
Yep. And yeah, oh God. You'd think Simon would have a better bedside manner.
You know, he does,
honestly, especially working with patients, just coming up with a, well, sometimes it's not going to be, it'll be touch and go for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And just pretend that she did talk. She's not all better. So, she might not say anything more for, a good long time.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you're right. His bedside manner needs work. And a column in the chat says it's because he's a surgeon and surgeons have shitty bedside manner.
I don't necessarily think that's true. My surgeon had a good bedside manner. All my surgeons have had good
surgeons still have to talk to patients.
Yeah, like they do all like the pre-op stuff, and you have conversations and things. I mean, I guess maybe that's not really bedside, but they came in afterward and check, And then of course, I'm sure whatever I said when I was under, that as far as I know, it ain't come back to haunt me. So I appreciate that.
You haven't gotten any unmarked packages with like an audio recording of your voice and like a note.
Pay up, school teacher.
Pay up. We know you make lots of money as a public school teacher.
Yep.
Us poor undercompensated surgeons. We need
money.
We need some of that We need some of that sweet teacher money.
He's a fancy surgeon. He wears vests.
That's
right.
My
surgeon just wore scrubs.
Thank God when he and River got aboard the ship back at the start of the series that he brought along all of his vests.
Well, he just folds them up really small and had them in his pockets at all times.
When we weren't looking, he loaded a trunk full of vests onto the ship.
Dude, there's silk that folds up really. It's thin material. Folds up
Yes.
really neatly.
You know what? I want a scene of him reaching into the pocket of one of his vests and pulling out another vest.
Another vest. And then he puts that one on. And like the next day, he reaches into the pocket of that one. It's like,
Because
it really is Doctor Who.
because it's vests
It's
all the way down.
TARDIS. It's the TARDIS.
It's vests all the way down.
Oh.
Yeah, Joe McClure, he is the vest surgeon in the verse. Yes.
Oh, that's terrible. We love it, Joe. Thank you. Okay, so what'd you think about Shepherd Book?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah. So he's it's like that that scene in the movie when it's like one of the characters is like with the CIA or something, and like, you know, he shows up in town and the local sheriff is giving him a bunch of shit, and then he just like opens his wallet and shows the guy his ID, and the sheriff immediately is like, whatever you want, you know what I mean? Like he immediately turns around and changes his tune. It's like that. So I'm curious what specifically what the deal is, because obviously there's
I don't know how much it's one of the letter, I think it's a letter show. What's the one that Mandy Patinkin was on? Criminal Minds.
He was
so
on
it's not
Criminal
a letter
Minds,
show.
yeah.
Not a letter show. But there's one where they're at the bar. All the girls are at the bar. And this one guy comes up to them and says that Emily brings him over and says, "This is so-and-so. He works for the FBI." And they're all like, "Ooh." And they're like, "What do you do?" He's like, "I can't tell you. It's classified." And they're like, "Oh." They're like, "Can you show us your ID?" It's like, he uses like some what he thinks of as FBI jargon. And they're like, "Can you show us your ID?" He's like, "No, sorry, then all together they chorus classified." And then one of them says, "Well, tell me," they all start going through their process. "Does it look like this or this or this or this?" And he's just like, they all die laughing. They're like, "Aw, that was fun." Bye, Seven Justice Warriors. Oh, yep. Can't spoil it.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. So apparently, Shepherd Book is somebody.
He's somebody important.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Maybe is he in the FBI?
Or whatever letters they use.
Did he get all the way to the FBI?
I don't get that reference.
Now, have you ever seen Silence of the Lambs?
Oh, it's a long time ago.
Okay, well that's Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
How quickly the boys found you, all those tedious, sticky fumblings in the back seats of cars, while you could only dream of getting out, getting anywhere, getting all the way to the FBI.
Okay, whatever, dude.
Give me my Oscar. I want my Oscar now, please. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Big Shot.
This is more like a People's Choice Award. This isn't like...
That matters more.
It's given to you by the people, and they're never wrong.
It means that people appreciate what you do.
Thank you, people who appreciate what I do.
There you go. I appreciate what you do.
I know, and I appreciate that you appreciate it.
We could keep going down that.
It's a
circle
of appreciation. Yes, all the way down the drain. Yes. So
any guesses about Book?
I mean, maybe he was like, he was some kind of like big shot, like government guy who was like a government assassin. And he wanted to
my gosh.
And he wanted to leave the assassin's life, so he ran away to the church and became like a priest.
I'll let you know this much. They don't call them assassins.
But but am I onto something there?
He might be an operative.
An operative.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. An undercover operative.
Right.
Charles, I don't just memorize quotes from psychopaths. I can quote Clarice for you too, if you want. I mean, I remember a lot of lines from that movie.
It's apparently a quality film.
It is a quality film.
Of course.
It is a film of quality.
That's why Steve remembers it. He appreciates films.
Oh, hey, I can quote The Room for you too, baby, and that ain't no film. That ain't no film at all.
I thought the canon was in D.
So did I.
Yeah, that gets too much airplay.
It's a very popular piece.
It really is.
It's like a less depressing adagio for strings, which is also a classical piece that gets played to death. And it's like, well done. It's a beautiful piece, but it's like, oh, there's adagio for strings again.
Yeah, and it's like the ninth. You only ever get the Ode to Joy. You don't get the entire fourth movement, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's a shame. Well, the whole thing is good.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the entire ninth. I mean, I used to listen to it all the time. Yeah.
Made me wish I was a guy. It's okay. The guy, the male chorus gets the best part, and
the Ode to Joy, yeah, for sure.
No, before the Ode to Joy, like in the fourth movement. But it's the Freudian bit. It's so fun, and there's no girls part for it. And I'm like, I'm singing along. So like anytime that I've done it, I'm like, I'm just, I'll just duck my head down here and I'm singing along. Isn't Disney taking up the Firefly mantle? I have not heard that, Mr. Coop.
I don't know. Yeah.
And I highly doubt it.
Corey Heikkinen is onto something though. I don't just memorize quotes from psychopaths. I memorize all kinds of useless shit. So there you go.
Isn't that the truth? Yes! Look at that, dear Alter Trekkie.
Wow, lyrics to the Ode to Joy. How about that? In the original German.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, we need to go back to Firefly. Yes. I'll just sit here thinking about
listening to the ninth in your head.
Yep. Like seriously, every time I'm going down the hall and I pass the German classroom, I'm like, I can sing some ninth for you if you wanted, but I don't actually say that because that's like weird. I'm weird. It happens. Oh well.
I am not complaining. Darren Hill says, what about the original Klingon? I'm trying to imagine what the Ode to Joy would sound like sung in Klingon. It's not quite as good. I don't know if the Klingon.
Actually, the part that I'm not supposed to sing would sound very much the same. Yeah. It sounds like it could be.
It sounds like it could be Klingon.
Laufet Brüder eure Bahn, laufet Brüder eure Bahn.
Yeah, I can.
Freudig wie ein Held zum Siegen, wie ein Held zum Siegen. See?
Beethoven was probably our most Klingon composer of the major European classical composers. I think Beethoven was probably the closest to the Klingon sensibility. Very, very powerful. Lots of
composers. Yes.
Lots of gusto.
Thank you, Darryl Trekkie. That's my favorite part. And I'm just like, I mean, I know it's not actually, but I mean, that could totally be a bar song, and I'm picturing these guys in a German bar with their beer steins and tankards and stuff and
singing along to the chorals of the Ninth Symphony.
Freudig. Yeah.
Okay.
But also Wagner.
Oh, Wagner, yeah.
Very, very Klingon-y.
That's true. I didn't think about Wagner. Yeah. But yeah. Because I try not to. No, that's not fair. It's not fair. Wagner has some good shit. It's not Wagner's fault that he was co-opted by Nazis, even though he was and also it's not his fault that he inspired Tolkien to write Lord of the Rings, the most underwhelming literature. Well,
yeah, Darryl Trekkie, that's what we refer to them as in
Bierstein.
So, there's no CH, it's Biersteins. Fine, let's just go over the show, okay?
Do you know what's really funny? I took German in college. I should know that. Yeah, but you did not forget. Your superpower did not take her. At least you remember more. You forget German.
Well, there's a difference between I can't speak it. I can say it in just a couple of things, but I mean, there's such a difference between speaking something and singing it. I can sing in all kinds of languages that I know nothing about other than this is I can sing in Czechish, and yeah. I know nothing about that except these are what the lyrics translated supposedly are. I mean, I don't know that that's what the lyrics are.
Yeah,
they could just be lying to me. I don't think they are though.
So Random Geek, Lord of the Rings did spend too much. I didn't read the books, but I mean, in the movies, did spend way too much time describing the tree. Actually, Lord of the Rings just spent too much time. That's my critique of the Lord of the Rings. It just spent too much time. Anyway, um, shall we return to the episode?
Oh, baby metal. Yes, let's return to the episode.
Okay.
Yes, I knew exactly who you meant, Random Geek. All right, count us in.
Okay, here we go. And once again, counting us in from 35:39, or also it's 8:54 remaining. And I'll count us in from 3, 3, 2, 1, play. Ooh, oh, they're in Chicago. Hi. Well, I'm glad you said that, son.
Don't you take that tone with me, young man. Yeah, at least, I mean, honestly, that's what ABBA did. They're just sounds, and you make the sounds with your mouth. Da-da-da-da, there you go.
There's a song. Don't you speak Chinese to me.
No, when he speaks Chinese, it's okay because he's the paterfamilias.
Ha ha.
That's what she said.
Ah. Phrasing. Are we really not doing phrasing anymore? You can't make me come for you, Dad. She's just precocious. Oh, now. Well, that's how you want to do it. If you're gonna purge the devil, you got to use fire. I mean, you're never gonna get him out.
Because I mean, she's a mind reader and all, but she didn't see that shit coming.
Maybe she's not a witch.
Opinions no one cares about. Only if you say please.
Oh, may we burn the witch, Mummy, please?
Shh, listen to this. Listen to this.
No, they don't.
It's never a bad time to read minds, Jim McClory. It's just always a bad time to open your mouth about it.
Yeah, just read the minds and keep your mouth
shut. Keep
shut.
that kind of thing to yourself.
Yeah. They had the Fugees on board?
Yeah, didn't you hear the music earlier? Except I don't remember them having a pipe. Oh, there was a duck earlier in the episode, Colin. I wonder if they used that duck.
Ah.
There you go. See? Foreshadowing.
Wow.
It wasn't a swan, Kaylee.
It wasn't a swan. It was a duck. Oh, can I talk to God about that? Just real quick.
Yeah, but if you can talk to God, then you're a witch.
Oh boy, they get you every which way, don't they?
Lisa, I don't think he knows one that I don't think he knows all of them.
He's really winning them over.
Yep, that great bedside manner.
You psychotic fanatics! Michael Olsen, Chekhov's duck. Exactly.
See? They come in handy, don't they, when you got to burn a witch?
You gotta put the post in the ground somehow. Fire it up. Fire it up.
Dun, dun, dun.
Could have used a little more lead time. He'll never suspect a thing.
I enunciated quite clearly. Oh, we all gonna be naked.
Hooey!
Yeehaw. Ooh, he's sitting next to Kaylee. What?
Aww. The end.
Dun, da, da. Yay! So, how did that compare to the other episodes?
I like that one, actually. I like that one quite a bit.
Compare.
I still think the train job is my favorite.
Toot toot.
This episode had a distinct lack of trains.
It did. But it had cows at the beginning.
It did have cows in me. And it was, I mean, the narrative of it is a little, it's not quite disjointed, but just a little sort of like, yeah, well, it's like, and hey, they came back and rescued them. Yay. You know what I mean? Like, which is, I mean,
you knew that was going to happen.
I knew that was going to happen. Yeah. It's not like a surprise, but it's just sort of, it's not quite as sudden. What was the episode? Was it Bushwhacked? Was the episode with the Reavers, the guy who who they found on the ship? And that had like the really abrupt ending where it was like, like Mal kills the guy and then it's like, and then that's it.
Yep.
This ending wasn't that abrupt, but it's still kind of, It's like, oh no, they're going to burn him at the stake. Oh wait, never mind. You know.
Well, of course,
So,
but I mean, it just River says time to go.
yeah.
And they honestly, I don't think they gave it enough of a beat there before, you know, the ship shows up. So
Yeah. But it was I liked it. I thought it was a good show. And
yes, some random geek Simon pulling out the chair for Kaylee.
Yes, that was nice. There and that bit
She lets him.
And Jane's delivery of his line when the physical comedy of him like just throwing everything out of the sack back into his room and then like, glad you're back with us again on the ship. Like it's a really well delivered line.
The next is one with Malinor and the Thing.
Interesting.
Maybe Mal is in the next episode, as is Inara. And I'm sure there are things also. Opinions no one cares about. Did you have any luck with that? Or just message me on Facebook or whatever. And thanks so much for coming.
Yeah.
I think one if like me hard to go. Yeah, I'm not going to tell.
You are not divulging until, but so it was not this episode.
It was not this episode.
So we have not yet
gotten to it. Favorite.
Because it's still a secret.
It's still a secret. Some sharp objects in contest? Oh, Geraldo Trekkie, were you not here? Are you sure you're not talking about Shindig 2 weeks ago?
There were sharp objects. Yeah, that was the duel.
And there was Mal and Inara. I mean, were you talking about the duel? Because that was like the last one we did.
Was that it? Was that episode aired out of order too?
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, because because we're watching in the production order.
Oh, they're also Trekkie. Well, if you missed it, I mean, the conversation is there.
Yeah, you can always go back and watch it. It's
yeah. The postal. It's all connected. It's not necessarily.
I wouldn't call it foreshadowing, but it's like a callback.
Yeah. The duck though. I think the duck was foreshadowing.
The duck might have been foreshadowing. Yeah.
Especially since it's a wooden duck and it floats.
Yeah. Why would they have this?
Well, because it was made with longing. Apparently.
Duck longing.
Yeah, Geraldo Trekkie. Yeah, that was the last one. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Shindig.
That was week before last.
Yeah, and if you want to watch it with us, it's archived. You can go back and watch it, and it won't be you won't be able to be in the live chat, but you can watch it with us.
And no, that one was not my favorite episode either, because we haven't gotten to my favorite episode yet. Although I really do like the movie. There are some parts of the movie. So some parts of the movie are predictable. Yeah.
Well, predictable isn't always bad.
And that, yes, there's some parts of it that are just really good. The next one, I think our Mrs. Reynolds is the next one. Have we gotten to the bonnet? I think we did that one, didn't we?
The bonnet.
My pretty floral bonnet.
Yes, I think so.
Good.
Yes.
It's just this one's in my duck league. Now, it's just not right for you to say that. It's so cute. So yeah. So any other thoughts on the episode, or shall we just move right into?
I can't think of any other specific thoughts. I do want. I'll mention it again at the end, but I do want to let everybody know next week we are watching Deep Space Nine again, and the Deep Space Nine episode we are watching is the one and only appearance of Q on Deep Space Nine. It will be Q-less, so that'll be next week. But yes. So anyway, yes, today. To move away from Firefly for a few minutes.
Wait. Yes. There was something I was supposed to remember. Joe, what were you supposed to remind me about? I forgot. I did forget. Help. What was I supposed to remember, guys?
Gaga's outfit.
Yes.
which we were just about to talk about. So today was the inauguration.
Inauguration
And
day.
Lady Gaga sang the national anthem, complete with gold microphone.
Yes.
Yes, and she was wearing clothes. And you have thoughts on the clothes that Lady Gaga was wearing.
I have thoughts, especially if it's come on. She's wearing red and black. The traditional happy not
happy inauguration day.
Not happy, but like relieved inauguration day.
So much better than the last inauguration day, you all. Hallelujah. So much better.
Yes. So red and black, the traditional colors of revolution, plus, I mean, a gold bird brooch. Let's be honest. And even the style. Well, yeah, but I mean, so was like the dress itself. Yeah, God, oh my gosh. I mean, J-Lo looked amazing.
Yes.
Garth Brooks was there.
He had his best belt buckle on.
Did he?
Yeah. I don't know if it's his best, but it was quite a belt buckle. Like the kind that you normally only get upon winning a rodeo. It was a gigantic.
I was thinking upon winning like a wrestling pay-per-view.
Look at you with the wrestling. You know just what I want to hear. Yeah. It was a big bodacious belt buckle.
Oh my goodness.
Joe McClure. I think Joe sees what you're getting at.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it was very much, and I mean, it's all over the internet that it's, she's the girl who was on fire. But I mean, just very deliberately revolutionary colors and symbolism and reference to the Hunger Games. Yeah.
And also she sang the ever-loving shit out of the national anthem. It was really good. Yeah. It was a really good rendition.
She did a really good job. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I meant,
the poem was good too. Yes.
The poem was great. It was Garth Brooks singing all his politicians in low places. Oh, and we noticed that poor Mike Pence was so alone.
Almost nobody even said. I think Garth Brooks shook his hand, and I think Gaga shook his hand or gave him some kind of acknowledgement. But other than that, I mean, like people were coming up and down from the podium, and everybody, of course, was fist bumping Biden and Jill, and but like. Yeah, Pence got nothing, and he was sitting right up front in the chair of shame as the representative of the current administration, or the previous administration, and
the previous administration.
Yeah, well, Duralta Trekkie, Bill Clinton is old.
Clinton is old, yeah. I mean, the one that really got me was, I mean, if you look at pictures of Obama from the start of his term to the end of his term, holy heck.
It's like Lincoln age, Lincoln level of aging, yeah, where it's like, oh man, is he okay?
I will say that, I mean. Trump looks better at the end of his term. Like he got better stylists.
Yeah, exactly.
Than at the beginning of his term. So, but I mean, he also, he does, in the last several months, he has started looking more tired and sad.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
This is Lisa has a good question. Actually, I wanted to ask you this, Dana, because we were watching it earlier and we didn't really talk about it. But J-Lo's rendition of "This Land Is Your Land." What did you think of that?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
She did. There were some changes to it, but she wasn't just like riffing all over the place.
Right.
Like it felt like it was more like sort of a medley or interpretation of the song. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't the whole song.
When sometimes people do like the national anthem and they just kind of and go all over the place.
Oh, they try to like show off with it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it didn't feel like that. It felt like she was offering like an interpretation or rendition of the song. I really liked it. It was something that was a little bit different. She wasn't just doing the song.
Yeah.
But she wasn't. It didn't feel show-offy. It was
no, I didn't think
she was really solid with it, and
I didn't think it was show-offy at all.
She just sounded good.
I thought it was good, but I mean, I guess because I'm used to "This Land Is Your Land" being more up tempo, and it was, I mean, deliberately it was a much slower arrangement. It wasn't like, but I don't know if that works quite as well with that song. But I mean, yeah, I thought as far as her performance, I thought she was fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. Colin says Trump is the only president not to go gray. He just got more orange.
No, really, he got less orange. I mean, he was really orange at the
They
beginning.
just got better
he
at
got less orange.
they got better at blending the spray tan up at the top with his hairline, so you couldn't quite see it as much.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's you have to. What does she say? You have to blend as though you hate yourself. Apparently, like it takes. I think it's the same video where she says, if we let the men know that we're shapeshifters, they'll come out and kill us. Something like that. So yeah. I'm able to watch most of the inauguration because of when my contouring, which I can't do. Because I've never learned. It's a skill, like many other things. I have not learned that one. My planning period was covered that part of it, and we have meetings all week. And I actually had a meeting scheduled. So different teachers have different meetings at different times because we're doing some additional support for our special needs students. And so there has to be a regular ed teacher there for verification and documentation and things like that. And I feel like so I have 4 meetings this week, and they had originally tried to space them out, and I was like, can I please have Wednesday free? I'll switch with somebody. And originally the administrator said, if there's any way we can just stick with the schedule, because of course they have to do it for like everybody, and we have meetings all week. I was just like, I'm not going to get to see the inauguration. And I didn't want to be like, I just want to watch the inauguration, because I was figuring maybe a lot of people might want to do that. And so I was like, all right. And then over the weekend, she messaged back and said there have been some changes to the schedule. And she messaged me and said, hey, this is all right. And I'm like, yes. Woo-hoo. So I got to watch the inauguration today, and it was just so nice.
Yeah. It was. So it was like a cleansing breath. It was like, okay. It's like, not that everything is okay now, because it's not. No. There's still a lot that needs change.
There's a lot to do.
It's okay. It's a little bit of a reset, and now it's like maybe we can actually keep pushing. But now, as we push, maybe there'll be a little bit more movement.
Yeah. In the right direction.
In the right direction.
God.
Yeah. And I thought I liked Joe's speech. Mm-hmm. I saw that Chris Wallace on Fox News said he thought it was the greatest inaugural speech he'd ever heard. I think that's overpraising it a bit, but I thought it was good, and I thought it was a very nice speech for this moment in history.
Yeah, because it wasn't it. You can't push too hard. But he wasn't as conciliatory as I was concerned that he would be. He did talk about humility and unity, and some of that, but he also talked about the problems that our country faces. And I mean, he just flat out said, racism isn't anything. This is not something that is new. This is something, the problem that our country has dealt with for, I don't remember if he said generations, but
I think he said over 200 years or something, but yeah.
And so, he acknowledged it's not a place for policy declarations.
No. Yeah. Traditionally the inauguration speech is not a policy speech. It's big picture.
Yeah. It's and encouragement and thank God. Yeah. Just so.
Yeah. And also, Corey mentions in the chat there, since his speech, he has signed a bunch of executive orders on his first, which he promised he would do. He made a bunch of promises of things he would do on day one. I haven't looked at a list to see if he has done everything he said he would do on day one, but he has signed executive orders.
He's still got. Oh, and they got him in. I don't know if it counted, but they swore him in early. I was just like,
because technically the term didn't begin until noon, I believe.
But he was sworn in early just in case. They were ready.
He was given the speech at the stroke of noon when he constitutionally when he became president.
Yeah, they were referring to him as, President Biden. And I'm looking at the clock and went, my clock says 11:52.
Not
But
yet.
there was there was some time where it was just like dead air, and I can't help wondering if
If somebody was like, "We're way early, y'all."
well, if they left, if they were just like, well, I mean, we all know he's not going to show, but like, what if he does? And then
Trump comes running in. Am I late? Am I?
Or if he shows up and he's ready to give a speech, and we're like, Mr. President, we kind of skipped you and nobody wants to hear you say anything. So can you just sit?
You don't say a goddamn word. You sit down and shut up. But yeah, so yeah, he signed executive orders to rejoin the World Health Organization, to rejoin the Paris climate deal, to lift the Muslim ban. And also, I saw people on Twitter were pointing out that the 1776 project, which was a bullshit anti-education thing that Trump started, is gone. Like the website is completely gone now. And
I bet you can still find a copy of it on
Internet Archive,
on like screenshotted and shared around on Parler.
Parler,
it's not Parlay.
It's Parler.
I thought it's Parler, which is just like.
And also on the White House contact form, it has an option where you can specify your pronouns, which is a little thing, but is a meaningful thing. And I'm very glad to see that.
And that's, I mean, but that's what the world is made of.
Yes.
Of little things, of little decisions. Those are the ones that matter. So.
ER mixes great.
Look, there's a lot of problems with Trump.
Yeah, it's a little, it's a fat shaming thing, but yeah. I believe it is I believe it is a Pulp Fiction quote. Shut the fuck up, fat man. This ain't none of your goddamn business.
I never saw it, so whatever.
Yeah,
it's a film, okay. Yeah, and then Corey, that was another thing that I liked. J-Lo just going off in Spanish there.
Yeah.
Liberty and Justice for All, I think was she closed with. That was her, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, Reese, I'm so glad we didn't have to. I'm so glad we didn't have to hear him.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, the outgoing president doesn't say shit on Inauguration Day. The outgoing president, whether they're good or bad or whatever, just sits there. Mm-hmm. So Trump, which I think is probably one of the main reasons why Trump didn't go, because they're like, no, you're not giving a speech. You're not doing anything. You're just going to sit there and wait for your term to expire. And he was like, I don't think so.
He's like, I can wait for my term to expire somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to Florida and cry into a gallon of ice cream. Or like a Big Mac or something. He's probably like, smashing quarter pounders into his face.
Are you fat shaming now?
No, I'm not fat shaming. I'm just saying that's probably what he was doing. I have been known to smash an odd quarter pounder into my face on Saturday.
On Saturdays.
On cheat day, yeah. If they would come up with like the impossible quarter pounder, I would smash one of those.
So, okay. So some random geek and Daryl Trekkie are saying the Pulp Fiction is overrated. And it makes me curious if you guys think that it is as overrated as Frozen. Which, don't get me wrong, is a good movie.
And a very different movie from Pulp Fiction.
But also, I would argue, overrated. I am bad diet that he probably talks about shaming. Joe, I don't know what that means. Yes, Lisa, there's been all kinds of speculation about Trump's note for Biden.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
He left a note. We don't know what it said.
Oh, my goodness. I wish Biden had chosen differently. The two front runners for Secretary of Education, I like the other person better, but we'll see. We will see. And it would be so nice if they said there were so many let it go jokes at Disney World for the next, how long has it been since Frozen came out? They're still doing them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you go to see the little country western musical that they have, my brain, it just went no. I forgot it. There's my superpower. But yeah, they have a Frozen reference in there. It's Let It Go. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll think of it like next week, and I'll be like, that thing that I was trying to remember. It's called this.
Remember when we were talking about Frozen at the end of last week's show? It was this. This is what I was trying to think of.
Which is it's not. Oh, that's gonna bother me. I can't think of anything else now. It's at the campground. It's the dinner show at Disney World. Y'all in chat, help me out.
Is it some kind of jamboree? Are there jamborees?
No.
I don't know.
They have Chip and Dale's sing along. Okay. So
look it up. It's gonna drive you nuts. Look it up.
No, I don't want to know. So it's at Fort Wilderness. The Hoop-de-Doo musical review.
Okay.
It's so great. It's so much fun. And yeah, there's a Frozen reference in it. Or I haven't been there in a few years now because yeah. Tom Clark, you are late. You missed the Firefly, but that's okay.
You can go back and watch it after the stream's over. I guess you could go back and watch it now. You can seek backwards, but then you'd miss this.
Dun, 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 where we're talking about Trump.
Yeah. By the way, Duralta Trekkie, that's the first place that my mind went to when she said Chippendales too. The Rescue Rangers theme song.
No, it never fails. When they're involved. Somehow, whatever's wrong gets solved.
Chippendale.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah, the Disney afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was our childhood. Well, for 1 year anyway. Okay. Well, let's see. Anything, chat folks? Anything else? Politics? Anything else? Whatever. Or,
anything else?
We can just call it a night.
We can because actually, and if we did, that'd be great because wrestling starts in 15 minutes.
Very important.
Yep, which I know you're going to watch, Dana.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I was being facetious.
Well, your conclusions are fallacious.
my facetious conclusions are fallacious.
your facetious collation.
My collations. Chelation. My fallacious chelation.
Along that.
So, well, you know what I'm trying to say. Michael, no, I don't know. Trump does not have his social media accounts back.
No, he doesn't.
In fact, I was listening to people talk. I mean, just speculation, but people are saying that he may not get them back. Like just because he's not president anymore, that there's no rush to give him his Twitter back. You know what I mean? So.
And one day there will be no rush.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, that was kind of dark. Oh, thank you, some random geek. Yeah. So yesterday I put up a video about was that my grammar video? I think I had a grammar video. And tomorrow I have another one for Pride and Prejudice, and I still don't like Mr. Darcy. I just
what a surprise.
Yep, I don't like Mr. Darcy. Although I think Elizabeth is starting to get a little bit more unreasonable. She's having more reasons not to like him, and those reasons are fallacious. Lisa, yeah, Digimon would have been after my time, but the other thing was I wouldn't have been allowed to watch it because we weren't allowed to watch fighting shows. Yeah. So like there were all kinds of things. I wasn't allowed to watch G.I. Joe. Or I'm trying to think what were some other ones. The Disney stuff we could watch. But yeah. Trying to think. G.I. Joe we couldn't watch. I think there was a Dungeons and Dragons cartoon that we couldn't watch. We couldn't watch Voltron. No Pokemon Voltron. We weren't allowed to watch. We definitely were not allowed to watch Power Rangers.
Well, that was butt fighting. Yeah,
I know. Yeah. Well, not only that, but like kids would play Power Rangers and they would just like fight. So my mom and dad were like, nope. That ain't happening. No.
Nope.
Yeah, mix on. I like stories about zombies. I've never met a zombie whose company I enjoyed. As far as zombies themselves, not really a fan.
They're not cool to hang out with generally. No. I watched Darkwing Duck. I never watched.
Yes.
I think I might have watched Mask here and there, but I don't really remember it. I remember what it was about, but I never was like a big fan of it.
We were not allowed to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, despite the fact that I loved the theme song.
Well, yeah, who doesn't love the theme song?
I know, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Heroes in the Half Shell, Turtle Power.
Although let's point out they were not on the half shell. They they had both parts of the show.
They had both halves of the show. But you gotta the lyrics to the song got to say something. So
Have you seen Warm Bodies? Well, I mean, I have one. I guess that's it. That's a show.
I've seen Warm Bodies, Joe. I'll tell you that much. No, I've not seen the show.
I don't work with dead people, so
I've not seen the show.
Yeah, I haven't seen much television at all lately because I just tired a lot for some reason. Maybe it'll get better now.
Yeah, maybe. Lisa, I do remember the Centurions again very faintly. It wasn't like something that I was a big fan of.
Gargoyles, some random geek.
Gargoyles,
yes, just think of that. Gargoyles was a great show.
Gargoyles was really good.
The style of Gargoyles is what you could see led into Batman the animated series.
Whoa, no, Batman came first.
Really?
Yeah, Gargoyles came, but I think in a lot of ways, especially in terms of style and animation, I think Gargoyles was better than Batman. Yeah, Gargoyles came after Batman.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You Philistine.
No, I'm not. I think Gargoyles was a really well done show.
You're wrong. Yeah, Gargoyles was, but no.
Jonathan Frakes was in Gargoyles.
I don't care.
Batman couldn't get Frakes.
Batman didn't need Frakes.
Oh, I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. I don't know who Frakes even could have been in Batman, so I don't know. But I mean, Colin, yeah, Frakes was the bad guy in Gargoyles.
Wow, I really thought that Gargoyles was. I mean, that's
well, but you didn't start watching Batman until it had already been on for a while, right? Didn't you say you didn't actually get into it because Batman actually started in '93?
Yeah, and I didn't have TV until 95.
Yeah, so
spring of 95.
So maybe you saw Gargoyles before you saw Batman or something. But Batman actually started first. Yeah, Batman started first.
So like when I was growing up, we didn't have television. And then we had television for exactly 1 year, which was the year that we had and this was why we had television. We had an exchange student stay with us for part of a year. And he was from Paraguay, and when he came to live with us, he spoke no English at all, except I think he could say pizza and Coca-Cola, and that was it. So
that's all you need. That's all you need.
Really, I remember we went to Chuck E. Cheese, and he didn't play the games.
There you go.
But they had a pizza buffet, and he didn't realize. So we would get a pizza, and he would have some. We'd say, "You could have another piece," and so the pizza was finished, and he sat back, and he just, smiling and, just enjoying being around, people that he couldn't understand at all. And then we were trying to explain to him. And so finally we got him up and walked up, and we got another pizza. And he was like, you can just take more? You can just go get more pizza. And my mom says she stopped counting at 18 slices, which is like 3 pieces.
Wow.
So high school boys. Yeah. So anyway, so we got television. Unlimited pizza. So we got television. We bought a television. We did not have a television before that. We bought a television.
Got one for
We got one for Elenio. And we're still Facebook friends. He's got
that's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. And so we got a television, and we got cable. And the next year, we were away for a year because my dad was on sabbatical. So that was the year that we went and we lived with my aunt. And so we weren't in the house. And so mom and dad, the electricity was turned off, the water was turned off, the mail was stopped, the cable was off. We got back, and they didn't turn the cable back on. And we didn't have an antenna. So we could watch movies or anything that was recorded
Right.
on the VCR,
But no TV.
no television at all. None.
Wow.
So yeah, exactly. Some random geek. It's still pizza. It's still pizza. So I like pizza. Pizza's just so great.
It is. It's quite good.
So nice. I like food in general.
I believe I'm gonna have some. I didn't order. I'm gonna throw a frozen one in the oven, I think. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have.
Now, what kind of frozen pizza do you get?
I have it's the DiGiorno margarita pizza.
Ooh.
It's good with
That's
a
right.
thin
I think
crust.
You mentioned DiGiorno before.
Yeah, it's for frozen pizza. It's really good. I mean, it doesn't beat actually getting a pizza like from a pizza place, but it's for frozen pizza. It's really good.
Yep. And let's see. We haven't gotten frozen pizza in a while because I mean Papa John's is like really close. But we've liked Red Baron. It's a thinner crust. But
yeah, and I'm lucky there are a couple of pizza places around here that deliver and that work, that you can get through Grubhub. So I get pizza fairly and that have good like veggie options, that are
very important.
So I don't have to wait until
Saturday.
I don't have to wait until Saturday to order. Although sometimes I do order a pizza with like some pepperoni on it on Saturday, but yeah.
Totino's pizza. Oh, so classic.
Who wants a pizza roll?
Pizza rolls. All right. We can just sit here and chit chat, but I don't have, anything.
No,
else.
we should wrap up.
Okay.
But so if you haven't already, subscribe to Dana's YouTube channel.
I would, and thank you all people who have subscribed. I am over I'm waiting. Steve says I'm supposed to wait until Saturday. They haven't let me have a name. I just want a name URL, that makes sense. I just want a name that makes sense. I don't even know what my URL is. And but they won't let me have it yet. So Steve says I have to wait until Saturday, and then I can push.
And you can start bugging them about
somebody.
Hey,
and
it's my goddamn custom URL.
If you I'm 212 subs. If you leave me comments, here, fine. But or if you watch one of my videos, leave me a comment or something because that is my jam. I don't get paid. I'm not monetized or nothing. Don't care. But like when people say things, it's yay. That's the best.
Yeah. So yes, subscribe to Dana's channel, watch her videos. They're awesome. She's awesome. I will be back on Friday go ahead.
And Steve has been editing my videos and he does a very good job and I really appreciate his help.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, he does things and I don't know. He's like, I fixed the sound. I'm like, I didn't know it was broken. Okay.
Whatever. Thanks.
Literally, I was like, oh shoot. YouTube doesn't support this format. I recorded it and it's an MOV and I need it to be an MP4 and I can't do that in QuickTime. He's like, one of these days you'll get a real program. Just okay, well, can you do that? He does all this stuff. I'm like, oh, there's cuts. So Ask Away is on Friday.
Yes, Ask Away is on Friday.
If you haven't turned your questions in, you should do that, patrons.
Yes. Thank you, Dana.
You're so welcome.
You're not even on Ask Away and you're doing my job for me. I appreciate it.
You do part of my job for me. There you go.
Yes. So Ask Away is Friday. Monday is another conversation stream.
Who's on?
It will
besides you.
Thank you for mentioning it. It will be, my guest will be Julian Rivera Navarro, and who you might remember, those of you who are familiar with the good old days of the atheist community and the secular movement and the skeptical community. Julian has been very active in that for a long time. I met him once at the Secular Social Justice Conference in DC about 3 or 4 years ago. He's a really, really good guy. So yeah, that'll be Monday. Wednesday, we'll be back, Dana and I, for the next Trek Reluctantly, which will be Deep Space Nine, QS, which will actually be Trek. Actually, Trek Reluctantly. And
wait, you're going to confuse people now.
Yeah, it's Trek Reluctantly. And then also next week, a week from this Friday, will be our next Read Away, where we will talk about the next chapter of The Dispossessed. So yeah, that's what's coming up on this channel for the next week and a half or so.
Almost, but also don't forget, don't you have a video coming up on Wednesday?
Wednesday will be, yes, I haven't actually started it yet, but it'll be done by Wednesday. It'll be the next, where do we go from here? And the topic will be instant runoff voting or ranked choice voting.
Yes.
So yeah, so there we go.
So you need to get working on that.
I do. I think that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm writing that video. So yeah, anyway, thank you all so much for watching with us. Hope you enjoyed watching Firefly with us. Hope you'll come back next week to watch some more Deep Space Nine with us. And Dana, as always, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having me on your channel, Steve.
It is my pleasure as always.
Bye, everybody.
Even though you're so hard on me.
I'm so well, you know, I have high standards, and
yes, you do.
I know that you can meet my high standards, Steve.
I'm
Look,
giving it my best shot.
Look to your left. Look at that. You're a big shot. Expectations, man. It comes with great power.
Comes great expectations.
Only if you're Dickens, and you ain't that, Mr. Shives.
No, I'm not. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you later.
Trump is gone. Yay!
Yay! Bye, everybody.
Yes, bye. And Trump is gone.